unfortunately 3-4 months in advance. I also do have this job during the week. I have my daughter. I'm a single mother, and I go out to play nearly every weekend. So yeah, I plan just a lot in advance. Priority is family, then definitely the gigs and my TV job. Last priority is the studio. So lately I don't have much time to get in there, but it's gonna come soon.
Generally during the week, what do you listen to when you're on your time off from this?
So I don't know if you know, but that job that I'm doing on the TV, I do sound design for documentaries, and we have access to a gigantic musical library that the TV owns, which is on vinyl, CDs and files, and it's a bit like the Alibaba cavern. I can go there and pick whatever I want, bring home and listen. I discover so many things. I'm a lot into like this specific traditional music from Orient. At the moment I discover some things from Lebanon and some weird music from there. Of course jazz music, any type of, and classical. I'm very much into the romantic periods, like all girls in general, and Russian composers, and yeah, a bit of everything. I do.
Can you tell us about the music scene there?
Well, it's pretty much dead, I have to say, unfortunately. There's not much happening. We really did a lot of nice things in the 90s. We had a huge squat scene and a lot of empty buildings where we were able to rave. I have to say the government changed, much more on the right wing now. So a lot of companies are coming in, like those places have been torn down, and now it's like just very expensive commercial buildings. So and the new generation is not really interested in that music, unfortunately. So yeah, I've stopped doing my festival there and the little parties I used to do, and I'm more active outside of my hometown. What I hope for is like, since 1 year, maybe like a group of pretty young people, they rent out warehouses, they do day parties, super cheap entrance, they have extremely interesting lineups, people coming from Japan, Germany, America, whatever. And yeah, but I'm on to this really dark techno thing. So I'm on the house or disco scene. It's at the moment, unfortunately, pretty slow.
Read online, you said the younger generations don't have so much interest in music anymore. Why do you think this is, and what countries and cities do you think have the best educated crowds, whether young or old?
Well, why I said that was, like, for example, in Switzerland is a country that everybody has pretty much everything, a very good level of life. Kids are grown up with very productive parents, and they more tend to criticize what exists, but they're not very creative themselves because everything is there. They just criticize and they're not getting interested into it. The other countries where people don't have all these facilities, they're searching for it. They're more creative. I don't know, would say like whatever, Romania, Bulgaria, or Eastern countries. Also in the South, it's like, you know, people don't have the access to all this, and they're like curious, they're like going for it, and they developed a little scene, they're getting into that. Switzerland, I guess, how do you say that in English? The kids are a little bit too spoiled. They're completely spoiled, yeah. That's the reason.
And then I mean, you know, in terms of like educated crowds, if you know what I mean,
you can find educated crowds everywhere. Now if you are aiming for a giant party of 3,000 attendees, it's going to be very difficult to find 3,000 educated people. Yeah. And I mean, when I used to go to the States the first time, I was very impressed, like going to Chicago, and every single person knows about house music there, from the taxi driver to the cleaning lady or whatever. While if you attend to a party in the US, you never really know what kind of crowd you have. People are, you have the ones that are interested to go out because of the music, so they know who is on the lineup, they know what to expect. But you have the other part of the crowd that go out because it's fun to go out, and it's maybe hyped to go to that party, and they're going to group, but they have no clue about the music. Some of them might like it and return and then educate themselves.
Yeah, so Cocoon, a label you're affiliated with, and have previously played for lots of times in Ibiza for their club night.
Yeah, I'm not really affiliated to the label. It's more affiliated to the group and to the night and to the Ibiza parties that Sven is throwing since 17 years now. Yeah. I think that's the best party there in Ibiza. Originally, Ibiza is really not my type of party place, and I have to say what he's doing there, how he takes care of the guests, the people that are attending, they're into dancing, in happiness, they're into music. I visited other clubs in Ibiza, and I have to say that particular Monday night, there's nothing to level with them, really.
What are your thoughts on Ibiza at the moment and the big changes and restrictions that are going on there?
Yeah, the restrictions about the open air parties, you mean? That's very sad, and we've been places. I don't know if that year they're doing a lot at the Zoo Project, because that's a nice open air one. I haven't seen much going on now. I don't know if they're even doing it. And there are people that take over a little bit too much freedom, like planting those giant posters everywhere with that big face of that big DJ that actually nobody knows, is playing every BAM at every single location. And it's like they're taking over such a nice little place. The island is beautiful, but this business is obviously a little bit of a dark spot for me. Yeah.
No, I agree. And then, so obviously you're playing twice at Houghton.
Yes, I am. I'm very happy about it.
And how do you prepare for gigs, if at all?
I do every single time. I prepare. I spend. My boyfriend is getting crazy about that every time, because every single weekend I need to spend hours in my record shelf and listen to loads of records. I bring a lot of music with me because I never know what to expect. So I can have ambient, house, techno, funky stuff. So yeah, I need to have a lot of records. I need to change them. I always have like certain records stay. Like let's say out of 2 bags I have like a quarter that stays all the time. And the other ones that records I bought or that I have from my shelf. It's like going to a shop for me. I don't have a record store in my country, so I can buy records maybe twice a month at best. So it's not much.
When you're traveling?
When I travel, yeah. Yeah, only.
From your experiences running, you run Route to 5?
Yeah, I do.
So
together with Danny Jack.
Okay.
We used to be a couple a long time ago, but we've now separated. About 7 years ago, I think. But we still do run the label. That label was always the idea to release our own music. On my side at the moment, as I don't have much time to be in the studio, I'm not releasing much. Actually, I didn't do anything this year, for example, working on a couple of remixes. And on his side, he has also moved back and forth from Geneva to Berlin. Now he's moving back to Lausanne, so he didn't do much. So the label, I think, last release is last year already, or maybe even 2015. End of 2015 is the last release. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I mean,
so we're very slow, in Switzerland, it takes time.
I was going to say as well, because I thought it was interesting, the ethos, I think, if the label I read, breaking the silence of electronic music board in less highlighted countries, from Germany or US. Where have you found there to be good, like lesser known or unknown music scenes and talented
artists? But everywhere, like everybody that composes music in his own country is not biased by what he's listening to in Berlin or in London, or obviously also good music coming out from Berlin and London, I'm not saying that, but then they influence themselves by what's around them, which is their country, their roots. If you go to South America, you're gonna of course hear a lot more interesting percussions or even voices. If you go to Asia, you have different instruments coming in, etc., etc. It's important. Now, when then everybody moves to Berlin, then after a couple of years, everybody sounds a little bit the same, which is a bit missing originality.
Houghton's obviously curated by Craig Richards.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about how you know Craig and how you were approached to do the festival?
I met Craig and Judy actually together a really, really long time ago. We used to throw little parties in Barcelona during the Houghton Festival. It was called La Nave. It was an after party we were doing every single year. And they would be there and we would enjoy ourselves a lot. And later, slowly, we would go play at Fabric, and obviously spend a bit of time together. And I also know Tom, who's doing festival together with Craig, and as well as Godwood Festival, which I'm playing. I was playing this year the second time, and you know they are very meticulous musical lovers, doing everything very detailed. And I was so glad when they invited me when I've heard about that, and I think I would have come anyway as a guest if I wouldn't have been invited to play.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't wait. We just arrived in the afternoon and it's beautiful.